So, guten Morgen, das sind wir schon.
Guten Morgen.
Okay, good morning, everybody. And the Spanish team is ready to start.
Like a little greeting at the beginning, please?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. Hola, Raquel, Inma, José y Mari Carmen. Buenos días, Fuerteventura. Me alegro mucho estar en esta conferencia en el proyecto Robots R Us. Soy Susana Auer de Dortmund, Alemania, y estoy muy feliz ver la presentación del grupo español ahora. And welcome to all the other guests in the conference, and I'm very happy that we can do this all together. Thank you very much for this great project.
Okay. So, good morning from Spain, from Fuerteventura.
Good morning.
We need the big screen for you. Sorry, we need the big screen. I don't know how to do that. Please put it on big screen.
Fix us as the main, yeah.
You know? Ah, very good. Thank you. It would have been a shame if we could.
The big screen. Okay, we start now?
Yes.
Okay. Music. Ya está. Venga.
Okay. Good morning. We are Faye, Jorge, and Maya, and we are going to do a little introduction about our project. Okay, we are a group of 12 students to the secondary school. They in Puerto Rosario, we are in Fuerteventura, Canary Island, in Spain. And now we are. Now we're going to...
Gara, can you now connect? Gara is at home because of her health, she cannot come to school. So she's going to connect from her house and she's going to explain this part of the presentation. Gara.
Hi, I'm Gara, and right now I'm going to explain to you how we divide the tasks and manage the hours of work in this organization chart. As we can see, we have 5 principal tasks: marketing, social media, administration support, and ITC. First, as we can see in the fabrication part, we have inside of these 4 principal tasks, and the responsible person of each task is for design, construction, program, and control evaluation. Apart from the road 1, Sergio, Jorge, and Juan Carlos, and from the road 2 are Hugo, Shen, and Ivan. The responsible for the use of recycled material are Kevin and Pablo, and the responsible to purchase materials is Inma, and the responsible for the playground and objects are Maya and Adrian.
Okay.
The other tasks are marketing, which consists in designing the banners and t-shirts. Another task was social media. There was 3 responsible, which were Kevin, Nicole, and Inma. The administration support was held by Raquel, and the ITC by Maya and Adrian. In the next organization chart, we can see the details of the task, of the held by each person. Inma was responsible for the edition of the videos of the meetings. Sergio, Jorge, and Juan Carlos are responsible for the design, assembly, and programming for the Road 1 and for the robot 2, Hugo, Shen, and Ivan were the responsibles. Adrian and Kevin are responsible for finishing the rocks and play surface. Pablo was responsible for the use of recycled materials in the robots. Cristina was responsible for the design of the panel and t-shirts. Adrian and Maya were responsible for the ITC, and Nicola and Airan are responsible for recording and photography of the activities of the project. We can see in this organization chart the tasks of the robot and the person behind each part. The design was held by everybody. We supported each other. The construction pieces was held by Kevin, David, and Juan Carlos in the robot 1, and by Ivan and Airan in the robot 2. The assembly and program part was held by Sergio and Jorge in the robot 1, and by Hugo and Shen in the other one. In the evaluation part, everyone participated.
Okay, thank you very much, Gara. Okay, back to you.
At the end of the meeting, we plan a task that must be doing for the next meeting, and who will do it. And here we can see a data table where there are some tasks and some responsible for each task. And one of the most appreciated aspects for teachers to travel was the commitment of the students. And here we can see at the table where there are some aspects to punctuate and show how each student is working on the project.
Well, right now I'm going to talk about our internal communication. Well, we mainly use these three services and apps, which were WhatsApp for daily communication, Google Drive for when we need to share files with each other, such as videos, files, etc. And lastly, we use Gmail for making important announcements. Well, due to the pandemic, we couldn't meet with each other, so we have to
Improvise.
So we have to improvise. And as soon as we come back from the classes, we started to work again on the project. But now with masks and safety measures, maybe traveling a little bit or work, but didn't stop us.
Okay. Okay. Next part.
For the project, we have used different ICT competencies. For example, we have used communication tools. For example, in training, we use it for as adults for other teams and communicate with them. We have used WhatsApp for chat between us and as adults, and editor of video to use it for the videos that we post on each video.
Hello, we are Juan Carlos and Aiken, and we are the 3D team design in charge of making the cylinders and the shovel in Tinkercad and printing them in the 3D printer.
Well, for programming those robots, we use the Arduino IDE
programming. And for contrary, we have choose two ways. One way is with infrared, that we use a special board to detect the one TV contour, and with it we control the robot. And with the other way, we have choose a Bluetooth, that we have another special board, and it connects to our mobile phone with an app of the Play Store called Arduino Blue. And for moving both motors, we use L298L, that is another special board to control both robots at the same time.
Okay. Also, we do some tests at the start of the project and the ending to know about the technology skills about our work. Okay, you can see like that.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to talk about our language skills. Well, in the beginning, when we had to search and looking for information, for technical information in another language, we had a little bit of difficulty at first because we were not used to use information in another language other than Spanish. But with hard work and effort, we managed to solve the problem. Well, regarding about our at first, when we meet our other partners from other countries, we had a little bit of difficulties because we weren't used to speak in English. But thanks to interacting with others, we have improved greatly, I think, during the meetings, as we can see in these pictures, for example. Well, to sum up, I think that thanks to this project, we have managed to improve greatly our levels of communication.
Okay. Now we are the group that made the playground and the cover case and the rocks of the project. First of all, 1 week ago, we started with the cover case for the robots that we did it with cardboard. This one isn't in the robot code. We haven't enough time to
Assembly.
But we did it.
Yeah.
Regarding the design of the stone, regarding the design
Stones, yeah?
for the stones, we made a drawing of them on paper. Then we used white to shape it, and newspaper we put inside, and then we painted them. We also put a wooden frame on playground as a robot. Wooden
Fall down. No?
Yes.
Okay.
That then can you say? So another thing that we do is the poster that we painted for the special occasion is for decorate the background of the class, as you can
Over
see.
there.
We decide create the t-shirts for the project,
Yeah.
and logo of
School.
high school.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Very good. Next.
Now we are introduced the technical part of the robot. I'm Pablo, he's Iván, he's Sergio, and he's Hugo.
At the okay, we at the beginning we would to use pre-built kits, but we prefer to buy all kits and create our own robot. The principal idea of the robot is the robot has functional and simple. From the batteries, at the beginning, we use this type of batteries, a 9-volt, but the battery spent very fast, and we decided to change to LiPo batteries. The robot one has a battery of 11.1 volt and 5,000 milliamperes per hour. And the robot 2 use a battery, another LiPo battery with 7.4 volts and 2,500 milliamperes per hour. Now, Ivan.
Hello, I'm Ivan, and I'm going to explain how it works the motor. We use a L298N, who is an extra part of the Arduino we bought. So if you come here, I'm going to explain it. So for each side, it's for each motor. For example, this is the out 1 and out 2 for the motor 1, and this is the out 3 and out 4 for the second motor. This is for the voltage who enter in the motors, and depending on who enter, for example, if it ends in positive, it goes forwards. If it enters in negative, it goes back. And if it's work only for one, it go for this side, for example. This means with the other wheel we have, who is a crazy wheel, he turns simple. Mm-hmm. In the front we have got the ground, who is going directly to the Arduino. Mm-hmm. And for this, is depending of the voltage of the motor, you use the 12 voltage, the 12 voltage or the 5. And here we have got the IN1 or IN2, who is for the first motor, the IN3 and IN4, who is for the second motor, and these are connected directly to the Arduino, who sends the orders to depend what we have to say, and the N1, the EN1 and ENB, who is for each motor who works depends the intensity of the motor. And for the motor we use a typical Arduino motor and the wheel too. Okay. And that's all.
Okay. Okay, that's the general concept. And then we have developed 2 different robots.
Okay, the first robots called Shin. To control it, we use a remote controller, an infrared sensor. And with the remote controller, we send the orders to the Arduino with a different type of lights, and the Arduino decode it to a hexadecimal code, and the Arduino use it to call different parts of the program's algorithms to move forward, backwards, right, left, and stop, and move the system to pick up the cylinders.
Okay, next one.
The second robot, Chan. His name was more Sin Chan is an emissary in Spain. Reference. Okay, my robot It's made by Bluetooth, 2 servo, 1 ultrasonic, and that's all. 2 wheels and a boot. Okay, we robot use the Bluetooth to communicate with the Arduino board. Yeah.
So you use the Bluetooth to connect
With the Arduino one,
Yeah.
with this application.
Nice.
With the button, I can scan all the Bluetooth near to my mobile. That's all. And I can connect and send text like commands to execute any code or any part of my code because I am the responsible in program in my group. And the robot,
Bueno, no, that's what you have to say about and these parts.
I use 2 servos to make a gripper that to take the cylinders or the rubbish. I don't know. The ultrasonic is to make more easy for me take the rubbish or the cylinder because I send signals or sound to
detect
how long or the strength,
how far
is the rubbish.
Yeah.
It is so far. I send a code to the wheels to go forward, and it is so near to the road, it go back.
Okay.
It is in the middle or it's like the strength of the gripper can be. It take something.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And that's all.
Okay. Next. Venga, ¿quién habla?
In the work of the robots, we have a little problems or a big problem. For example, when we build the system to control it, we have problems because the cables are not too good. So lose signal in the process to transport the orders to the Arduino. So we have some problems to know what's happening because we don't know that the problem was the cables. So we changed everything, and when we change the cables, the robot worked finally.
The wires. What else?
For the robot, we have got another problem because a lot of motors don't work, so we need to buy another one. And for the wheels, we have another wheels who are more bigger, but they are too high for the robot, so the Reaper can take the object. So we need to use the normal Arduino wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Another problem for in our robot was the need to power up or power supply our robot. We have in our robot two motors. Then it's more expensive. They haven't got enough power supply, and I take a power battery like that and other like that. Mm-hmm. That one is for only the Arduino and the ultrasonic, and that's all is for
the motors. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Now we are going to show you how our robots work. So you come with us. Here you can see everybody. And this is where we have installed our playground. And here are our robots.
Okay, so here we have the first robot, Shin. So we have.
Say hello, Shin.
Say hello. So there we have the Arduino. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, there is the Arduino, the module to control the motors, and a light to signalize the infrared sensor. So let's check it out. Now we have to pick up the cylinders. Okay. Turn around. Leave it here. Okay. And another one. Okay. There we are. Take it back. Perfect. Sorry. I can't see it. Thank you. Now we get it. Turn around. There we are. Back to base. Back. Now we take it. Alright. Thank you, team. Great partners. And the last one. Let's go. And there we are.
Okay.
So this was the first robot. First
Attempt. Yeah. Okay. Explain it.
Okay.
Esta mañana a las 5 funciona.
A las 5 de la mañana, sí, pero...
Venga, explain.
Okay, I use this switch to turn on all the robot. 2 batteries connect to the switch, and the switch repart to all the robot. This is the code. I was making some
Adjustments.
That's all the code. That's okay. Connecting. When the mobile is connected with the Bluetooth, the light doesn't blink. If I disconnect, blink. Or not. Yes, like that.
Okay, like that. Okay.
Now I connect it again. And when I can write. No, que no lo suelte. ¿Suelte el cable? Es que ahora no se mueve. No tiene batería suficiente. Me la cargué. No.
Oh. We have a problem with the battery.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, the battery is low, so it seems that we cannot make it work.
Enter on boxes.
Boxes. Come on.
It moved, but the batteries doesn't supply
Because it's too low.
enough power to move the wheels and move the servos and turn on the Bluetooth and turn on the
components, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
the parts. It's too much work for the battery.
This morning, yeah,
but now not anymore.
Not today.
Okay. He's not an early kid. He likes to get up later.
He's shy.
Yeah, he's shy.
Okay,
Okay.
I will connect again. Connect. Okay. Bueno.
Okay.
Se ha quedado así, se ha quedado bonito. Joder, macho.
Si funciona, se lo enseñamos al final del día.
If we make it work later, we will show you because it has been working only. He's shy and he's not willing to work today.
I promise it will work.
Yeah, we have videos with it working. Yes, we can show you a video later. Okay, so what else? Evaluation we have now. The final evaluation for the work, no? ¿Qué nos queda? The team?
Okay.
Okay, yes. Values.
First
Wait
of
a
all-
little bit. No, wait.
Oh.
Suzanne, we have something else to say. Here you can see everybody around.
Mhm.
Yes. Our principal is here and the inspector, school inspector is also with us, accompanying us. And now we're going to show you a video we have prepared. This is the communication team. And we're going
Hello.
to show you a video we have prepared about, the team values. You must click on Inma Jordan now, please, Susanne, or who's responsible for choosing the screen. We need to show you on Inma Jordan's. We have
I
a
can
video
see the
there for
screen.
you. Can you switch?
I can see mention an attitude that
You
defines
can
our
see it now.
project.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, I can see that very well on full screen.
What do we have developed as a team? Who can say something about that? Sheng, what can you say about that?
Maybe thanks to this project, we have improved our teamwork greatly, I think. Yeah. And we have established relationship with other students from other countries. And I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, fantastic. We work together every day.
We fun a lot.
Yes, it's smooth. So it doesn't matter the problem that will present us.
Solve
all of them. We try to do this work for show you and for us too, because here we are.
Okay.
Nada, que hemos invertido.
We have invested.
A lot of hours.
Yeah.
So for us,
It's a prize. It's a
It's a prize. Everything we do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, vamos a poner la última esta que había allí. ¿Puedes darle para adelante? Okay, and we want to end with a final thought. And this is what we have learned. When you were here 2 years ago, we had David Cuartielles with us, if you remember. And this quote is his. He said, the best part of a project is what you learn from it. So we are all big winners because we have learned so much during these 2 years. And if you allow me, I would like to thank everybody who was in the team, the students, of course, you have seen. Also, my colleague Inma, who is here, who has been responsible for everything. She has organized the team, she has given the tasks, and she has been so supportive to get students forward working during the hard times and everything. We also have here, this is Laura, who is helping us today. She's an English teacher. She's helping us with communication today. We have there Jose, who is the music teacher you have met in Norway and in Spain too. And this is Cristina, who is our arts teacher, who has helped so much in designing the t-shirts and helping students with all the art parts. Who has helped so much as well. And Miguel Angel. Miguel Angel, show up. He's gone. Miguel Angel is another teacher who has helped us with press and communication services. And so that's the Spanish thing. Bueno, and you have known me for so long. They know me already, they know me. So, I think we are ready now. Thank you, everybody, and greetings. Greetings. We are longing to see what the next team is going to do. So, best luck for the Norwegians. Come on, say goodbye. Yeah. Hey, the wire. Here comes the energy. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a very, very great presentation, I think. I really enjoyed it, and I think they really structured it really well and was very interesting. And the robot, wow, what a thing. That's really, really great. Yes, now is the phase where all students can ask questions, or everybody can ask questions, and the experts, who are the Spanish, of course, in this case, can answer them before we then go into this phase of evaluating and giving points. And before we go into this phase, I will show you the sheet again with the points and how many points you can give and how many points it will be in total and everything. But first of all, yeah, are there any questions that anybody wants to ask? Remember, you're online in Fuerteventura, so yeah. But if you want to ask or say something, of course, it's your decision and your responsibility. Thank you. Okay, I wanted to ask you why you chose to make 2 robots. My God, double the work for the same time. Why did you choose to do this? I would really like to know that.
We have 2 ideas, so we say what we are to do. So we think about it and say both. And then twice, no, 2.
2 of them, yeah. We couldn't decide, no? Now it is working.
Yes.
Maybe we should have a look now quickly.
You need a supply.
A supply, yeah. Okay, so that's why we decided to do 2 robots. We have learned double because we have investigated both technologies, and we have. Okay. Oh, now the group is working. Come on. Yeah. So we have learned double by investigating both technologies, and it's been worth, because what we wanted to do is to learn more, and we have been able to work better and to do more. I think that's the reason, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much. What a great answer. Thank you.
More questions?
Yes, Typhoon wants to say something. Please be free to do so.
Yeah, hello. I wanted to ask you if you had the whole time working together, so that if you have lockdown or something similar on the island.
We had a lockdown 3 months long last year, from February, March, April, May, and June. No, it was 5 months. we had a lockdown and no school at all. And
So,
then we have been, because the students are in different classes, we have been meeting 1 hour a week on Wednesday after class, and that's where they have developed everything. And some days, yeah, some teachers were so nice, like Laura, to let us some of their English hours to work on the project as well, but not many. We have tried that the students don't lose track on their schools because they are in the A levels. This year they have to go to the university next year, and we don't want them to be somehow in trouble because of the project. We want them to win and not to lose, and that's why we have tried not to not to stop the classes or anything.
so
Okay.
would
Yeah.
you say that the coronavirus also influenced your side on the project?
I'm sure it has. As I told you, we have been like 5 months of lockdown
Yes.
at home last year.
So how was the connection between the people in these 5 months?
In these 5 months, we couldn't work because we were locked down. Everybody was locked down in their house. We couldn't even go to the park or anywhere. We could only go to the supermarket. They couldn't leave their houses completely for 5 months.
Yes.
Because Spain was in a complete lockdown.
That's really regrettable.
Yeah, of course. And we know that you, Germany, are now in such a situation, and we are feeling for you. But we are sure that good times are coming, and it's going to end soon because the scene is coming, and you're going to be free. Sure.
I think for that 5 months, you did a great job from my side of thinking. Yes.
Thank you very much, Typhoon. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm very impressed as well. 2 robots and then with the lockdowns, really, really great what you've done. Really great.
Yes.
No, it's no comments from Norway. We are impressed over the work you have done. So.
There's Typhoon again who wants to say something.
Yeah, I had a question about the robot. I saw that you also use, in contrast to the normal 2 lithium-ion batteries, you used a 9-volt block battery. Did you? I wanted to ask, why did you use 2 different kind of batteries?
The entry of the Arduino disconnect of the PC is in between 9 volts or between 9 volts and 12 volts. This battery is 9 volts, and I want to use this that is 7.4 volts only for the motors.
So the motors are stronger?
The motors are stronger. Son más fuertes los motores.
Yeah, but it's most the problem to it's so weight the robot.
It is heavy.
Heavy.
It is heavy, and they need more power to run.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
have double
Understandable.
battery system.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said before, we have a battery only for the motors, so we need to include the 2 servos we have got here. We need more power.
Yeah.
Many wires.
Yes.
Many wires.
The servos and the motors use this battery, and the entry of the Arduino uses.
The Arduino report to this servo,
Yeah.
the module of the Bluetooth, and the ultrasonic that is here.
Did you use transistors to control these motors with the outside electricity?
No.
No.
The only transistor is the
L298N.
The function that it has
Is to
control 2 motors. The other type of control motor is the L293D, but it's for 4 motors only.
Yeah.
I want to control 2 motors at the same time. I don't need 4 motors control. I only need 2.
Yeah.
Okay, Kari also raising his hand, wants to say something.
Buenos días, Fuerteventura.
Buenos días, amigo.
Question for Raquel. Brilliant work, first, I can say, and bravo for you and applaudis the whole group, what you have behind. But how do you mobilize so many people behind you there making this job? This is my question for you.
I don't know, because they are so willing to learn and so willing to do. We have a great team, I can say that. We have very, very good teachers and students here who want to work with us and who want to learn and who are willing to spend extra hours of their time and working evenings and mornings and everything possible. I don't know why this happens, but we are this lucky. So we are. Yeah, I don't have an answer, Kari. I don't know.
I do have an answer. I have an answer because you have such fantastic teachers, and I think you're so committed, and you're such fantastic role models for being committed to work and to project work. And I think your students can feel that you do the job with passion, and this is why they do their jobs with passion as well. And you are such a really good team altogether, teachers, students, and also your school, your principals. I think this is why you have such a big and great team that is really sticking together and working in teams. It's, yeah, I think this is the answer to that question.
So it's the Spanish passion.
Of course.
Hello, Raquel. This is Halvor.
Halvor.
I'm really impressed about the robots and the work you've done. Just one question. What was the most difficult part in the designing or building process of those two robots?
Who can answer this question?
We have many problems.
From Harvard. We had so many problems, they say. The most difficult question, the most challenging, maybe this part, the Bluetooth?
Depends. In the part of design the robot or create the robot.
Yeah.
Begin the zero.
Beginning from scratch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes the structure or think about how many power, how many servos. What do you want to make the robot?
What do you want the robot to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And to have. Yeah. And this has taken a lot of time and effort to design this kind of system to move so that we can show it maybe. Oh, my hand. Yeah. Yeah. Can you connect it? Because you can see.
But I need
to power.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you can see it goes forward and backward. The system.
Ahí está. Ahí está. Pero aquí arriba lo pongo. El otro.
No, te
pero que va a traer Okay, I will connect the. No sé. Arduino connect. Okay, so this is the command control, and this is the right control.
Yeah.
I can go. Oh no. Okay. Done. Now I can go forward with the wheels.
Yeah, with the wheels.
I can stop.
Oh, the wheels.
Okay. I can go forward. I can go backward.
Okay.
And I can check.
Yo quiero que se vea esto. Con todos esos cables no se ve nada, pero bueno. Venga, dale ahí. Okay, but designing this part took a lot of time. We had
the idea of the ultrasonic and the gripper is if the cylinder, the rubbish is so far of the
robot,
the robot go to the rubbish.
Yeah.
When the strength of this part of the gripper is the same of this
Yeah.
proximity, it takes and go.
Yeah, it goes out and
Goes out,
takes
and
the
goes
cylinder and goes back again.
and go to and
Yeah.
after you go to the before you go to, after you go to the base.
Yeah. And leave it there.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the other robot, something to say about the most difficult part?
Not difficult part. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Yes, because when we start to program the infrared sensor, we use a little controller. I think it's right here in a moment.
Okay.
Okay, when we start to develop the robot, we use this little remote controller from Arduino, and it goes with the numbers. So the problem was that this remote controller don't have a light so strong. So when we are so far, the infrared sensor don't receive the signal from the remote controller. So we decide to use a remote controller from a TV because normally, generally, the remote controllers from TV are so strong. So we, yes, because the sorry.
It works better.
Yes, works better. And the most difficult part was that change all the commands.
The commands
from this remote controller to this remote controller, because each controller have different lights. So one number, one code. So change everything code to have this functional. I think this was the most difficult part.
Okay, and we are recycling. This is a TV controller from my house, and that's it. Recycling materials. Yeah. It was one of our tasks. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Halvor.
Sorry? That was really good explanation, and yeah, I'm super impressed about the technology you used and that you actually managed to make 2 different robots. That's very impressive. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, I don't know, are there more questions? I can't see a hand here raised. Then we would go into this phase of the evaluation, and I will show you this evaluation sheet again with the points and how many points everyone can give. Yes, okay. So I will share this with you.
Susanna?
Yes?
Sorry, but since we're running so late, we have actually the whole leader team here from our school, and we have media. So could we please postpone the jury of the Spanish team until also the Norwegian group has presented? That would be good.
Yes.
And,
okay.
Yeah, we can just have like 2 minutes to get ready here, 3, 5 maybe.
Yeah.
And then set up, and then we can do the points for the Spanish team after we're done.
Okay, yes, okay, why not? Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear Norway?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. can you take this sharing screen off? And our picture will come in focus. Susanna, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Very well.
You're sharing screen, so we can see, and we are soon ready to
Yes,
start.
I think you have to put it on big screen yourself.
Yes, but you are sharing your screen. You have to stop sharing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
And then I put in spotlight. I think my is now in spotlight, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you see the playground now of the Norwegian group, everybody?
Yes.
Yes, fine. Okay. Okay.
So,
Jorden, der er ikke så viel redet und so. Du redest ja schon relativ viel. Ich dachte mal halt vielleicht so ein bisschen an Tom oder an, keine Ahnung.
Taifun, du wirst nicht gestummt.
Wir reden halt ein bisschen ein.
Please mute.
Hallo, jetzt hat mich jeder Taifun stumm.
If you're not talking to everybody.
Entschuldigung. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it's from Norway, we now will show how robots are working in the playground, and afterward there will be an explanation about the techniques and so on. So I think we soon are ready to start to demonstrate, and the robots are the pickup system is with brushes, you can see. Yes, are everybody ready? You can see the playground and Susanna, can you confirm that you see the playground?
Yes, it's fine. I can see the playground, everything. We're all excited. We can see the robot and it's moving something up there. Yes. Yes, you can start.
That's the camera.
Good.
Yes, that was a demonstration of the robot who picked up. And now the students will explain for you this process by this function. You have to change the Look at camera. Yes. Now we can see the camera.
Okay, the mechanical part for the printing, we used 5 different printing machines. We used Prusa 3D printers, and for the sketches we made to make the parts, we used Fusion 360 or 360. Yes.
Yes. For the picker system, we have a brush that's spinning around and picking up the bottles, so a motor that's mounted directly to the axle of the brush. For the belt system, you can see here, this is roughly what it looks inside here. We have 2 motors in it, and they're linked together, so we only need one entrance there, so we don't need as many boards there. When they spin, the big gears spin, and these are just for support with the small gears. The camera mount is 2 servos that goes in each direction, and it has almost 180 degrees view, and is mounted just directly on top of here, and then mounted to an antenna which sends a signal to the goggles. For this antenna, we had to make a new spoiler to get enough room for it, since there wasn't enough room in other places. So we had to make a 3D print a new spoiler, which this antenna is connected to. Yes.
Yeah. We have a FPV system, so the driver can see the robot when it's driving with his glasses that are connected to the camera. So you can see when I move the glasses, the camera moves, and so the driver don't have to be on the beach when he's picking up the garbage. The glasses are connected to the remote right here through the server right on this place here. Yeah, on the minute. For the control system, we're using an Arduino, and we have 2 motor controls, because we use one for the belts and one for the pickup system. For the retriever, we're using 5 different channels. 2 for belts, 1 for the pickup system, and 2 more for the camera servos. And the control unit, the remote control, we're using 1 of the sticks, the forward, backward, and the steering, and we're using 1 lever to control the pickup system. Oh. And we're using rechargeable batteries.
And did you have any problems with those batteries, or they work perfectly?
They work, but we need to recharge them quite often.
Can you explain more about because now you explain all the technology, right? But during the build process, what was the problems?
Problems with the 3D printing. The print got loose. Problems with the code. Problems with the camera. Problems with the bearings here inside the system getting stuck. Yeah, quite a lot of problems.
When did you finish building the robot?
Yesterday.
Okay, so not too much time on testing.
No.
Okay, so what was the biggest problem with 3D printing?
That the parts got loose when we started to print.
And the other problems. Can you describe more? What was the different problems? How did they?
Yeah, we had a problem with the camera, that we didn't have the right channel. First, we thought it was a wire that was disconnected. After a couple of hours of work, we found the solution.
Yeah, of course, the gears on the back here, they have 2 screws that were sticking in, and they wouldn't properly move so we couldn't really move the robots, but we found a solution for that. We first thought that the bearings or the motor wasn't completely in the center, but it turned out to be 2 screws. And we have a recycling part here. That's a brush made from an old brush, and we just took the straws off there and glued it into the new one.
Yeah, so this brush is actually from one of the brushes we've used on the workshop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we remade it into this robot brush. All right. Anything else we didn't mention? And all the bottles, where are they collected?
They're collected inside there.
Yeah.
Where the technology was originally supposed to be before we made this box for it.
So the next step would maybe be to make a system that brings all the bottles out again.
Yes.
Yes.
But the robot is prepared for it. We can make a transportation system inside, so we can take the data back inside and transport.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. Anything more you want to say, students? Or
any questions?
Yes. Any questions?
Wow, really great. I enjoyed this performance just as much. Really nice. And yeah, so perfectly these bottles were picked up and taken back. You've done a really good job as well. Really, I'm very impressed. And you only finished it yesterday. Oh my God, this is what I call flexible. Very good. Okay, so yeah, my students and everybody else, also the Finnish team, of course, the Spanish team. Do you have any questions that you want to ask the group? We've heard about some special challenges that the group had, but maybe you have some more things that you wanted to ask. I can see Typhoon raising his hand. Yeah, please be, and 3 more people. Yeah, just feel free to ask.
So I wanted to ask is how the program functions of the robot and the connection to the controller.
This is the retriever. And on the retriever, we have a plus and a minus, and we have a signal output. And I don't remember what type of signal it uses, but du har en analog or you're using a digital signal that either is high or low, and the motors and the Arduino takes from that and does what the code makes. We make the code say.
So was it did you had to program to make a program extra for that, or did you had like an already finished program to that and you only had to connect this receiver from this signal receiver from the control?
One of the teachers made a program from scratch, and I just said what will do what.
And you have to program this transmitter, the control unit, so that it sends signals from which buttons or which levers to which outputs here. So there's some programming here to make this work, and there's a lot of programming on the Arduino to make the other functions work.
Okay, because I can see that it's I already saw the control on many model airplanes. You can fly outside. I think it's nearly the same. Oh.
I believe this here is taken from a helicopter model or
yes,
radio control helicopter.
Nice.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I can see Leila raising her hand. Do you want to ask a question? Please do so.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if you can show again how the robot collects it, because I had a few connection problems and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you, but we can't see it too often. It's really impressive.
It's quite simple. I just flick the switch right here. So the brush turns down, and I will drive a bit forward. And then it's collected inside the robot.
Could you see it better this time?
Yeah, it was a lot better. Thank you.
Okay, there were some more people who wanted to say something. Just go ahead, just ask.
Yes, I want to ask what is the why is this glass here, and has it any function with this robot?
Yeah. Could you repeat that?
You presented the glass, I think the VR glass or not, and has it any function with this robot?
Yes, it has a function. Then the driver doesn't have to be on the beach. He can be home at his office driving the robot, and then he maybe can flick a switch and then drive another robot on another beach. So he can stay at home picking up the garbage. He doesn't have to move around.
All right.
Great idea. Yeah, good. I can still see a hand there. Who wants to ask the next question? Just go ahead.
Why did you use tracks instead of wheels?
It's because we thought that, like, on a real beach, you would have to, you could have problems with the wheels spinning in the sand and digging themselves down, and then you would have to dig the robot up again. But if you use tracks, you wouldn't have that problem because it would be able to move through the sand much easier.
Hello, now?
Raquel. Okay.
Now, we had some problems with the microphone. We want to ask, of course. First of all, we want to congratulate our colleagues from Norway. You have done a great job. Here, everybody, applause for the Norwegians. We are impressed. It looks from another world, the future stuff. You went to the future and brought it, or what? But no, we really have questions for you. We have seen that you have used many motors. I don't know how many motors have you used to move the device, and what kind of transistors have you used to connect the motors with the Arduino board? That is our question.
In total, we have used 4 motors for for the steering. We have only used 4, 2 in the front and 2 in the back, and we're using a motor controller of some kinds right here. I guess you could say that's the transistor, and that's connected to the battery, and these cables right here are connected to the Arduino.
And we have one additional motor for the brush air that's connected to another transistor board.
So where is the transistor board for the drivetrain for moving the robot?
It's hidden right in here.
Yeah, and then you have two motors on each side.
Yes.
But you only have 2 outputs on these.
Yes. Like here, we connect them together, so we only need to have one board for the 2 motors, or for the 2 sides.
So these 2 motors are connected together to the same output, and these 2 are at the same output.
Yes.
And this is the second motor control board, which is using one output for that engine, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And what about the camera? How it's twisting? There are motors in the camera as well.
Yeah, there are 2 servos in the camera for each direction, or one servo that goes to the side and one that goes up and down.
Yeah, so one servo here.
Yes.
And there's one here as well.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you able to move that? Are you controlling that manually, or?
No, it's through the goggles and through this one.
Yeah.
Or this one.
Yeah, when I turn the goggles, the camera turns when the robot is on.
So there is sensors inside the goggles.
Yeah.
which senses the movement and then sends to the robot, which changes the position of these servos. And there's a button here. Did you explain that one? Track?
Yeah. So when you sit comfortably in your chair, you can press track, and the camera will go in the center right here. So it doesn't have to sit staring up in the roof to see straight ahead.
So for more comfort.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any more questions?
I don't see any hands, but maybe somebody still wants to say something without raising their hand. You're welcome to do that.
I wanted to ask why did you not use wheels but like the chains?
Tracks, on tracks.
On tracks.
Because on the beach we could get easier through the sand with the tracks, because wheels would just dig down if you spin them too much, and your robot would be stuck then.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, a brilliant performance. I also have to clap my hands. Hope you can hear that. And yes, if there are no more questions or remarks, anything else that you yourself, the group, wants to say about the work or something, or shall we now go into this evaluation phase? It's up to you. If you want to tell us something about the group work or something, do so. I don't want to shut you up. So.
We can just do a quick presentation of the team members.
Yes, that's a good idea. Please do so.
So over here we have Javad. He's one of the older students from the old team, and he came to the school now to have a look at what we've done.
Yeah, I remember him. Yes.
Yes.
From our first trip in Norway to Norway. Yes.
Yep. And here we have Kasper. So what have you been working on?
I've been working on mechanical design mostly. And assembly.
Yeah. And yesterday he was working so hard that he cut his 2 fingers, and he was bleeding a lot. It was dramatic, but he made it. Ottar?
Yeah. I've been mainly working on the codes, and I helped these guys some when they need it.
Yes, perfect. Simon?
Yeah, I have worked on the mechanical design and the camera for mostly.
And in the back here we have 2 more old boys, Simon and Patrick. You are here for giving the points to the other teams, yes, and also share at our new team and have a look at the robots.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. And here we have Philip.
I have been working on the creation of the sketches for the parts to the robot. Yes.
And last we have Amir. Yeah, he's been working on the mechanical design as well, and printing a lot of different parts. Yeah. Yes, thank you very much. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. This was our presentation from Norway.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, then we can combine our coffee break with with the decision how many points you want to give. I will show you the sheet again, and you can just type it into the sheet and it calculates itself, as you know, just to simplify the process. But I think before you start putting these points in wildly, I will just share the screen with you and show you again how many points you are allowed to give.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. So there you are. I hope you can see the screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Ah, very good. Okay, good. So you can see there are different categories on the left side, like the headlines for the robot itself, for the intercultural teamwork and ICT competence. All these aspects here get 100 points together, a maximum. That is 20 points for each of the categories maximum. It moves into the right direction, could get 20 points. It avoids obstacle, 20 points. Cylinder, 20 points. It takes it to the base, 20 points. And that would make it 100 as a total maximum points you can give. For the Spanish robot here, which is the first column that you see, the Spanish team, which is the orange team, cannot give any points. So just the green, this is the Norwegian team. Then we have the purple, that's the Finland team, and the blue, column is the German team can give points there, and us teachers, and we will discuss the points via WhatsApp. You can do that in your classroom when you switch off the microphone because you're all there together, but we have to use WhatsApp or something. And German students as well have, I think, to use WhatsApp to exchange ideas about the points. And then you just go down, you just give them in. And you have, I don't know whether Typhoon, do you have the code for the Google document to open and fill it in? Have you tried that?
Can you? I wasn't the one who was collecting points or writing that down. It was Leila and Tom, I think. But
no, it was Leila and Svolvær.
I got Svolvær, but I got the email.
Ah, good. So you can open the file and you can type something in. Have you tried that? Because that's important. You need, yeah, okay, yeah. So you see all these categories. Yes, take your time. So you see all these headlines. Each, as I said, each of those aspects here gets maximum 100 points. These are 5 different categories, so there will be 500 points in total possible for the whole thing, if everything were totally perfect. And of course, the teachers of their own country, like in the first case, the orange Spanish group is not allowed to give points, just the other leading teachers of the project. So that's Kari, Marte, and I. We can type something in this this column here. Yes, and also a maximum 20. Okay, can you open the file, Svolvær? Is it open?
Yes, I can open the file, but I have a question.
Yes, what is
we
it?
Have to, we as a German students, we have to fill that in the blue field or not? For each of one, each. Yes.
Yes, I had a connection problem here. Sorry, can you say it again, please?
We as a German students, we can. We have to fill that in the blue field or not?
Exactly, that's the blue field. Yes, the purple field is.
And each country will get 500 maximum or not?
Now each country can get up to 20 points into these categories. No, it will be more than that. But you can put up to 20 points. Sorry, mathematics is not my field. No, yes, you can put maximum 20 points there. So if you're 2 people in the jury, you can share the points 10 and 10, or you can decide together and put just one number in the blue category for the German evaluation of the Spanish robot. Yeah?
Susanne?
Yes?
Susanne,
yes?
The spreadsheet is, the formulas are so done that every jury can give up to 20 points on every single item.
Yes.
Yeah. And it will be then divided, and the percentage is so that it will become to 100 points maximum per item. Like for the robot itself, it will get up to 100 because it will be divided and summed up and so on. So the formulas are ready. You just give every jury, each jury gives up to 20 points. You don't have to divide the points.
No, that's right.
Okay,
yes,
that's it.
Okay, so if you need a code for the Google, I hope it works now. Otherwise, I've got a code here. I don't know why I got this code, but if you need anything, then ask me. You can also ask me via WhatsApp if you like.
So you're saying every country can give until 20 points?
Yes, for each category.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Miss Auer.
Yes.
Mrs. I wanted to ask if you, if I should send you the video from the robot.
Yes, you can do that.
Over email. Or
yeah, I hope it's not that big.
It's like 50 megabytes.
Oh. I just quick. Wait a minute. I just quickly. I just try to send it. If it doesn't work, then you have to send it via WhatsApp. Then they will cut it. It will be reduced, the data, automatically.
Yes.
The Spanish team is there. Okay,
can you
fine.
hear us now? Yes. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you. Very good.
Okay.
Portátil, este se imagino que tiene que ser algo rollo cámara y este es el mío, pero ese no tiene micro enchufado, no necesita eso.
Okay, sorry, Kari.
Okay, then I would like to say just a little introduction to the new participants now, because now we can welcome Mr. Heckmann, who is the principal of our school, and most of you teachers at least have met him, and I'm very happy that Mr. Heckmann could make it to come and see what we're doing here. We already had two presentations this morning. The Spanish team presented their robot and the Norwegian team, and the next team that will present the Finnish team, and then us Germans. But before we start with the next presentation, I would also like to welcome Andrea Stein, and she is the head of the Europe office of the regional government of this area here, and she is, as I said, is leading this European office, and she has a lot to do with European projects, and they always support us with questions that we have when we are doing European projects. And I would just like to say something about her last project, which is called Lamavok, and it's about language and teaching mathematics in a language responsive way. Because the group had found out that it's sometimes difficult for students, especially vocational students, to understand mathematical tasks, and it's not the mathematical task itself that's difficult, but it's sometimes the language that they don't understand. And this team of people from Sweden, Netherlands and Germany, also universities and chambers of commerce, have put a really great handbook and instruction book and materials together with simplified tasks that really show a mathematic capability or mathematic skills in a student and not the language skills. And I will send you the link to these materials for simpler mathematic tasks that can be then done by students in a vocational context. I will send you that link later, but I wanted to mention this because we are all dealing with students who have problems understanding mathematical tasks, and sometimes it's not the task itself, but it's the language. And I think that's why it's a great project, and yes, I wanted to mention that. So Andrea Stein, thank you very much. You're very welcome to be in this conference as well. And I can also see Petra Seehofer, who is our vice principal at the school. And we're also happy that you have also made it to come and see what our students are doing. Thank you very much. And yes, I think if there's no other introduction, then I think we could start. Or does anybody want to say anything at the beginning now before we have a look at the Finnish team?
Yes, hello. I'm very great. I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for the warming welcome, Susanne. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear students, I'm very pleased to be here today and learn a little more about this great Key Action. Can I say something? Key Action 2 project for sharing good practice. But I think it has been more than just the exchange of good practice. 4 concepts have emerged to promote girls and to motivate them for technical-orientated professions, to promote and support learners with special needs, on the inclusion of young refugees, and to encourage students to attend school continuously. 4 concepts and 4 European partners: Germany, Spain, Finland, and Norway. An incredible amount of commitment, a lot of heart and soul, a lot of time, a lot of knowledge. And all this not only to bring these 4 concepts to 4 schools, but to consolidate long-standing friendships between the 4 countries. Many thanks to you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you for appreciating our project. Yes, it was a great task for us, I think, for us 4 countries. Thank you. And we have achieved a lot. I hope you will see. Okay, anybody else who wants to give us an introduction before we then have a look at the Finnish team? Kari, what do you say? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What is the line? Is it good and my voice is not enough loud? Is it?
Sorry, I didn't quite get what
you Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. So, How's it going there in Finland?
How is it going? Brilliant.
Fine. What's the weather like? Tell us about the weather a little bit.
I can start. Welcome to snowy Kotka. We have a lot of snow and it's snowing at the time. All the time, I can say few days here, and we have about -10 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Cold. Students say that take a mask away, that my voice is clearer.
Much better.
Okay.
But after these brilliant shows before, what Spanish ones and Norwegians made, you make a lot of pressure for us, but we can handle these pressures. And like I asked Raquel before, that what is the trick that she made so many people behind, but I saw that also in Norway there was a lot of people behind. I feel like quite alone be here speaking with you, like a last Mohican, because in the beginning there was a few other teachers. Can you see? There was Teemu Kuisma in the beginning. He changed a job. Then we had Emily. We don't have Emily because he's studying, and our biggest support is now studying to be a teacher. But anyway, I have here some students. Our school staff let us take here. Our school is closed, but staff give us a permit to come here if there are less than 10 students. And now I have here some little group making this project. So I think welcome to the show and enjoy. I speak for the students.
Hello, my name is Tony Tikander and I'm here to represent this robot project. I came to this project 3 days ago, so I'm new here, but I can still tell you something about this one. So we have this mindset that we will build this robot that has, Helmi will show the pictures. It has this slope which is powered by motor. It can go up and down. It can lift trash like, I don't know, metal and plastic and other things. So when it lifts it up, it goes to the converter, which then slides it down to either metal or plastic. This is the divider. So it's like, here comes the plastic and here is the metal. So
remember the sensors.
Joo, joo, mä olin just tulossa siihen. Yes, the sensors are somewhere in here, and they can detect if it is metal or it is plastic. So these pistons will push metal here and plastic here. It will sort them out. This we have another picture from the side point of view. This is the wheels. We have we have the belts here, so it can go in the more hard terrain and like in sand and stuff like that. It doesn't have to go always on the floor. Now we can show you the project that we haven't finished or have finished, but we have. So here we have this grappler. It was already ready, but we needed the parts to the other robots, and this thing grabs things with his hand, and it can lift them pretty high up, and it can sort them out to like boxes or something. And it was ready on Monday, but we tear it down to get parts for the new robots. We did this week, and we didn't have time to show it to you guys, but we have 2 other robots here. the frame is we got it we bought it, and the little parts are from China. All other things are self-adjusted. We made a program for them ourselves. We made them with Arduino, and it was really hard at first, but I think we got a handle of it. These things have often 3 motors, one for the 8 wheels, and one is for the like this or that other thing we have in here. This. And we can control them with a telephone or Bluetooth. We have an app for it, and anyone phone can install it, and we can control them with it. This is our robot, robot number 1. It's a snow robot, so we got a lot of snow in Finland, so I think we needed to get some robots that can push the snow out of the way. It also has a 360 camera on top of it, which is wireless, so we can control it from a distance. So even if it is on the other room, we can see on the cell phone that what is it looking at, and we have that 360 view. But we cannot show it right now because this has just when we started this project, this thing lost out of battery. When there is a big amount of snow, like we have in Finland at the moment, it's very snowing all the time right now. So we have this electric motor which can lift this slope up and down, so it can get the snow out of the way. Onko mä täällä valmis? Pauli?
Joo, on.
This is another robot we got. It can walk and it can dance. You will see if we have enough battery at the end of this. Because of the snow, these blocks, it cannot go through that road. So this robot here can help these things to go further, and it can go to that club, which we can see here. It's not so fast robot, so it might take some time. Yeah. Now we will see that dances it goes.
Kerrot sitä kontrolloida puhelimella.
Mitä?
Kerrot sitä kontrolloida puhelimella.
Miksi te, mitä jäi puuttumaan?
Mitä sitten pitää sanoa? This is the sensors we have in Finland. So this was the next step to do this. If we had more time, these things can make this work. So they can detect if it's metal or plastic, and then it can sort them out by knowing what they are. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. The show. So now, Europe, you can ask or make questions for us.
Seinille puhuisi saatana.
Kari?
Yes?
Could you please put the information where you got the spider robot, the dancing spider from on eTwinning or so, because I'm really interested in getting one myself. That looks really cool.
You will have it, yes.
Thank you.
We done our best.
Typhoon, it's your turn.
Yes, hello. I wanted to ask if you can program the spider by yourself, because I think the walking mechanism and the program for the walking of a spider is way more complicated than wheels. So, how do you do that if you want to implement that with a sensor?
I didn't hear so clear, but
how do you program a spider walking with 6 or more legs? Because it seems more complicated than a wheel-driven robot.
Okay, when we find this and making this real, there was some ready programs, and we used, they was the basic when we started to programming this. And then we modified this a little bit. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions? Okay, Susan.
I've got one question. Have you used any recycled materials or something with a robot, or any recyclable, or recycled materials in that robot anywhere? In the first one that we saw?
The frames are made all recycled, but there are metal parts. This main frame was metal and.
Okay, hold it up. Yeah. Ah. Yes. Okay. Yes, I can see it now.
But they are carbon, and you can use it again.
And it has a Finnish flag. That's good.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And so there's a question from Norway.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, hello, Kari.
Hello.
Really impressive to see your work, and I really like the 3D 360 camera. That was very clever. Did you mention how you make the robot to move? What kind of control? Do you use a remote control or a telephone, or what do you use?
We use a phone control in the camera and also the movements of the robot, so we can see on the phone the 360 view of the robot and also control it on the other phone.
Okay, so that's through Bluetooth, or?
Yes, Bluetooth.
Yes, Bluetooth. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions, anybody? Don't be shy.
Hello, it's me. It's not Inma. It's Raquel. But we all use only one account. We are very impressed. How is it possible that you are so productive, even when you are always complaining that you are alone? How can you do so much, my friend? It's incredible. We congratulate you. We congratulate you for your work, and we are glad to see that you are doing well, and it's great what you have done. We are a little bit confused. Which one is the robot we have to evaluate? Because you have shown us such a big amount of them.
This one.
This one, okay. Has he got a name?
And yes.
Kalle.
Kalle, okay.
And you saw how fast it was.
Yes.
It take a little snap and all rubbish was out of this field.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, we thought that it's so dull to see one pick one part, pick another, take a lot of time, so we make a little bit faster, make this all rubbish instantly. We change the plan a little bit.
So it's Norway again with another question. Please go ahead.
Now I only have a short comment to Kari. I was wondering, this Rumba robot, is that for you when you are training for your Rumba moves, or?
No.
Your
Internet
robot, dancing Rumba robot. It's what you are using for practice Rumba, or?
This must be some joke, I think. I don't have to answer. Is it so?
Kari, he was
Yes.
talking about Mama Rumba and that your robot will practice.
Yes, the other one. It was actually Mama Rumba, but it danced. Yes. Mama Rumba dance. Okay. Susanna.
Yes.
Rest
Okay.
in peace.
So,
Go ahead. I think it's enough for us to be here.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, but we have some tasks to do. Kari, don't run away, because we have to evaluate the Spanish and the Norwegian and your robot with this evaluation sheet that Raquel has invented. And this is why we have to have a little coffee break of about like 10 minutes, so that you also can take your part and your students to evaluate the performance of the Spanish and the Norwegian team, because we decided upon the fact that that you can't evaluate your own school. So this will take some time, and I will let everyone go now for about 10 minutes. I think then we should have this done, and then we can present the German group, or the German group can present their robot themselves. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again in about 10 minutes. Okay, that will be then 13:37. 47.
Eine Frage jetzt an der Deutschlandgruppe jetzt hier.
Ja.
Die ich vielleicht jetzt stellen kann. Der Plan ist, also ich mache das am Ende. Meine Präsentation. Davor fängt Johannes an, davor nochmal Frau Rielage und Leila etc.
Super. Perfekt.
Ja, so ist das.
Sehr schön.
Soweit ich jetzt mitgekommen habe.
Wunderbar. Ja, sehr schön. Okay, und dann würde ich sagen, machen wir jetzt nochmal weiter in dieser Tabelle. Ne? Das waren ja Suvakan und Leila, die diese Punkte doch mal bitte eingeben für das, was wir jetzt gesehen haben bisher. Ja, das macht ihr dann bitte. Kriegt ihr hin. Ja? Okay. Dankeschön. Okay, I think everybody can see now, can see this table now, and yes, that looks very good. So I think we can, there's only the one column missing here for the teachers, the third presentation of Finland, and the teachers haven't given their votes here yet.
Because I'm only one here.
Oh yeah, but you can't vote for your own group anyway, Kari. I know you would like to do that, but that's forbidden. I'm just in contact.
So I double my this valuation. What do you mean?
Yes. Okay. So we're here, and I'm just in contact with the Spanish and the Norwegians. Wait a minute, please.
We are listening.
You are listening. Good. Then tell me the points. I will just fill them in then. Yeah? So this is about the Finland team, and is the first category. That is what the robot can do. You've got it all in front of you. Maybe for our visitors, our guests today, we can have a look at the categories that we found. These are here. So we have 5 different big headlines, like for the robot itself, you can give points. For the intercultural teamwork, there are points. For the ICT competences that the group has gained, and also for the team performance at the final presentation, meaning today, and then for the teachers who were leading the groups. So everybody's got that in front of you, all the teachers and students, and almost all points are there. I can see somebody quickly writing something into the purple column here. Right, so we go back to, that was the first presentation, the Spanish, and the second presentation was from Norway. So we go back to the end of this table, and there we are. So there we are now for the finished presentation, and I would like my teacher team to tell me the numbers or write them in themselves that we have to put into this column here for the presentation from the perspective of the teachers. No, Kari, you're not writing anything into that column there, the purple one. Okay, it's the white one. It's the white one that we still have to fill in, please. Who's doing that? Kari? No, you can't. Somebody else has to do that. So I'll ask the Norwegian team. Gisle, can you put these numbers in or tell me the numbers? Then I will put them in.
Yeah, you can. I can. Or the Norwegian team gives the points to the Finnish. Okay.
Okay.
I can put it in. It's okay.
Okay, fine. Then please go ahead.
Frau Auer,
Ja.
müssen wir gleich unsere Kameras anmachen? Also ich habe kein Problem damit, aber es ist halt jetzt so eine generelle Frage.
Nein, das müsst ihr überhaupt gar nicht. Das müsst ihr selber entscheiden. Einige wollten das ja auch nicht so gerne. Das macht ihr, wie ihr gerne möchtet. Ihr seid Gott sei Dank volljährig und ihr könnt das selber entscheiden. Wir haben ja einen kleinen Film, ne, den wir zeigen. Und da kann man dazu was erklären, ohne dass man seine Kamera anmacht. Das müsst ihr nicht. Ne?
Okay. Taifun, machen wir trotzdem Kamera an?
Wie er möchte, ne? Taifun, ja.
Okay.
Was sagst du, Taifun? Ich habe den Film gesehen. Ich bin beeindruckt. Schön. Gut gemacht.
Ja, ich bin nicht ganz zufrieden.
Doch, wir konnten es nicht anders machen. Wir waren ja nicht in der Schule. Ihr konntet ja
Ja,
nicht.
ich habe das auch das erste Mal geschnitten und dann muss ich erstmal ein bisschen rumtüfteln bei dem Programm.
Dafür, dass wir schon seit Wochen nicht mehr in der Schule sind und so habt ihr doch ganz toll hingekriegt, finde ich. Ne? Ja.
Und ich habe inzwischen doch was ich zeigen kann. Ich habe die Inventor-Dokumente.
Sehr schön.
Ja.
Ja, wunderbar. Ja, guck, ihr zeigt alles, was ihr habt und ihr könnt euch damit sehen lassen. Macht euch keine Sorgen. Ne?
Wir sprechen ja alles auf Deutsch, die anderen denken sich nur so, hä, was?
Alle anderen so, das klingt aber sehr aggressiv, was sie da bereden.
Ach, komm, die
Ja,
können
halt
auch
immer
auf Norwegisch.
Weich doch sonst wieder auf die WhatsApp-Gruppe auf. Ich habe die ja hier im Blick. Aber das klappt schon. Macht sich
Ja,
keine-
ist ja klar. Ihr sagt ja keine Geheimnisse, genau.
Okay.
Und die Norweger und Finni und Spanier können auch ganz schön quatschen, ne? Ja, ist klar. Okay, we're done. Yes, fantastic. So let's scroll down a little bit. There's one number is missing, but then we're done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gisle. And yeah, fine. Then we can go to the next team.
Yeah.
The German team. And we have a little introduction from Susanne Rielage before you start with your presentations, my dear students. Yeah? Is that okay, Susanne? Do you want to say something now? Or you wanted to, I thought.
Yes, I will say something. I just look to it that I get my screen a little bigger. So, okay. So, I think you have to stop sharing the screen. I think otherwise we still see the presentation.
Good. It's gone.
But I can start anyway.
No, but it's gone. Isn't it gone?
Before we start the German presentation, I would like to say a little bit about the conditions under which the German students had to work. As you all know, we are now in our second lockdown, and both lockdowns were without long preparation. We normally got the signal that we had to go into lockdown one day before. So that meant that in spring, the work on the robot came to an abrupt halt before Easter, and we couldn't continue working on the robot till after the summer holidays, because when the school opened again, we had to focus on the main subjects, which is reasonable because our students are doing their A-levels in spring. And then we continued our work, and we did a lot of 3D printing. Johannes will tell a little bit more about that and about all the parts. And then we had the robot nearly to the prototype point. So we wanted to assemble it and then wanted to start the testing of the coding. And then came the second lockdown. And the day on the lockdown, one of our students asked me, could I please take the robot home? Because we are not only in a lockdown, but we are only allowed to meet with one other person that's not from our household. So it's not even that we could say, okay, we will meet with 2 or 3 students. They could only meet in pairs. And even that should not be done every day. So the rules here in Germany are pretty strict. So one student took the robot home and started to do some, first one student took it home and assembled it. Then the robot was transferred during the Christmas holiday to another home, and there the coding started. Then we had a complete computer breakdown in that home. So all the programming was lost. And then the school holidays were over, so we transferred the robot to the third home. And there some finishing work was done. There were several night shifts. I can attest to that because I know how long, I could see in the WhatsApp group for how long mails were exchanged. It really went far into the small hours of the morning. It was even bigger hours. I think it was 4 o'clock the last time I got the film. And there were some backdrops because we made a brush with 3D printing and it broke. And all the DIY stores here in Germany are closed. So we couldn't just go buy new material and maybe make some from wood. So we really had to make do and mend with everything we had. And the students did it. They did an incredible job. The film you saw on the first day, they did all on their own. They couldn't get any help from me as a teacher. They had to develop the film by themselves. They had to get to grips with the programs they had to use for making that, and that really was a problem. I only saw the film on the weekend before. And the same is true for the film you will see now. One of our students really spent the whole night making the film you will see now. We weren't able, or he wasn't able to unroll the play field fully because there wasn't enough room in his house. And it's the first time he has ever done a film. And of course, we couldn't help him very much because we are not allowed to meet. There has been masses of data that were exchanged between the students, and everybody really helped. So please appreciate that. And even this week, the students had an enormous workload because they are doing their A-levels. So on top of attending the conference for 2 hours in the morning and in the afternoon, they had their schedule. So when you had your lunch break, they went to lessons, and on at least 2 days, they had lessons before we started our conference. So please hold that in line. I'm extremely proud of how the whole group worked. They really did the most they could do under these different circumstances. And since this project is about ICT competences, I can only say they excelled themselves and worked with things they have never done before. So the next one, I think, in line is Leila. I just have to look at the WhatsApp group because I just got the schedule. We will have several students presenting because we couldn't work together. So we splitted the workload. So Leila will tell you something about how the students worked together. Then Johannes will tell you something about the hardware of the robot and how that was developed and what we did. And then Typhoon, he is the one who really took the robot home and did the filming and made sure that everything worked. He will do the final bit. So Leila, please go ahead.
Yeah, like you said, I'm gonna say something about the exchange of the students. At first, I can say that we had a good group dynamic. We had a lot of human communication, and like you said, in school and from home because of the coronavirus. We used a lot of social media to communicate, like Snapchat, WhatsApp, or Discord. We talked a lot with our teachers, but they let us build the robot by ourselves. They gave us a lot of free space, and it was really great to be independent. And then we took our robots from A to B, and to finish it, it was quite a hard time, but we got it. And we learned we learned really a lot, but not just about robotics. We learned a lot about how important it is to communicate, because just that makes it able to work in a team, and I guess that it worked even when we were home. Yeah. That's it.
Thank you, Leila. Thank you very much. So I think then it's Johannes next. Are you prepared?
Yes, I'm prepared.
That's great.
I'm going
You're a
to share...
little, can you maybe turn your micro a little higher? You're have a very soft voice.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, yeah, you can see my screen. So right after the trip to Finland, we started working, so like editing our first ground plate. We made this cutout to make the ground plate accept this ramp. Yes, and right after that, we made this cutout for the top plate, so we could. I'm going to show you the finished product. So it could be assembled like this. Yeah, the motor mounts were also edited a bit. We had to make some minor modifications on this side here, and yeah, this is the side plate, which can be I don't know the word. It can be so you can fold it out. So it is just a second. This side can be folded out, so the trash that we picked up can be removed from the robot. This could also be automized, but we didn't get to that. Yeah. So when the lockdown started, I asked Mrs. Rielage to give me the robot so I can do the first steps of assembly, and she talked about that the hobby stores were all closed, so I had to order everything online, which was big hassle. Yeah, and also what did I want to say? Yeah, and I had to make a lot of trips with my car to pick all the parts up. Oh, minor. Okay. Yeah, and that's pretty much the finished product. As you'll see, the ramp has changed a bit since it was lost during the times the lockdown began. So you will see that in the film that Typhoon will show you. And yeah, that's all I can say. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much, Johannes. Yes, so we got an idea of all the parts and the construction of the robot already and how the different steps were. Thank you very much.
So, Typhoon, now it's your part.
Yes.
Show how the robot moves.
First, is the camera right? Or wrong turn? So
That is okay.
Now it's right.
No.
Like that.
Yeah,
now
like
your
that.
head is up.
I don't have a professional stative. I do that like that. Sorry. So before I show you the video, I want to tell you something about the robot. So like Mrs. Rielage said, we had many transfers of the robot and materials over the time. And one problem was, like Mrs. Rielage said, that we did not got the materials out from the stores because they were closed. And another problem was, even if we ordered them online. There are some problems with the logistical system now in Germany, so many parts are only delivered in 1 month or further apart. So we did not really got much, but we had to work with that we already had in our homes, and so we had to communicate with each other to make that possible, so that everyone checks out what they have in their storage. Yeah. So now I want to share my screen with you. A moment, please. Film and TV. Now you should see a screen. When I press play, the first thing should be the Erasmus. Oh, do you see that?
No.
Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
It's too
Yes.
small. Now it's coming. Yes, it's great.
Yes. I press now play. So I stop the video at some points and explain something. First, we have here the robot. You can see that we decided on a brush so that the cans gets collected if it rotates. We have 3 motors, 2 for each wheel. We decided on a custom motor that we ordered before the lockdown started because it has more power, and our robot is quite heavy because it's made out of wood and some heavy plastic parts that are out of recycled plastic. And the normal Arduino motor because it's strong enough for the brush. Yeah. So then we get to the next picture. Here you can pretty see the rally stripes and the design that we decided for the robot because we wanted to make it look cool. And for that we did communicate in the groups to decide on which color the robot should have and what color the rally stripes get. And then I did it. I painted it on my own in my room. That took a little time because we did not got the good paint for that because black was sold out in every store. Yes. The next picture, you can see the robot up in front. We decided to use a brush from the Norway people, I think it was, because it was itself a good design and we already had it here, and we could not print another one. So we used that and we implemented things that we learned from the other countries. So I think that's a good part of the ICT, that we used information from outside and the things that other people thought about it and that we collected in our meetings. And here you always also see where the brush is hold of. It's also in a 3D printed part out of recycled plastic. And here's a rubber to make a quick switch. Yes. Here we see the control board. One problem with the robot was that the motor shield can only control 2 motors, or in another sense 4, but he divides that in 2 categories. So we had to make a third board to control the third motor because the motor produces voltage by its own because it's a DC motor, and the Arduino board does not like that. So we had to connect the diode and a transistor to it so we can control it separately and in the program. So here you see the motor shield where two of the wheels are connected. Each side is like 1 motor. You can see that here and here. And here's the Arduino board that we use. There's like a plate on the board so we can connect the cables to it. We did some experimentations at which kind of pin we could use, and we thought about the 5-volt and the ground pin from the line tracking mechanism because it was good to attach cables to it, and the second pin because it was free, and we already defined it in the program after that. And here's the Bluetooth module that we use to connect the robot to our phone, but more information is later to that. And here's the cable to the batteries. So here you see the playfield again. I'm sorry, but I could not use the whole field because my house is very tiny in that aspect. So I did what I can, and that's the living room. And you can also see that we used the cans that the Spanish people decided to use, and that they 3D printed with the centimeters of 30 millimeters in its diameter. Yes, and here's the starting area of the robot, the green field that we decided on. So now we got to the code. Here I'm going to explain the code of the robot, how the robot is controlled. First, you see that we define the pins that are used in the programs, the variables that later I mentioned in the program. And here we can change the car's rotating speed because we want to control it very good. So it does not have to be very quick, but more slow. So we use a pulse width modular to change the speed. And here pulse state low. That's like the voltage out of the bool. And SHA git is there. It's like an array, something. So here we see the voids, the different cases that the robot can do. Void forward, forward burster or brush, translated into German and back. So we have to, for every command the robot does, we have to do a separate steering mechanism and which pin is getting voltage or which side is getting voltage. So we set that for every different case that the robot does. Here's another cases, and at the one of the last things in the code is the void setup, but you can also do that in the beginning. It just says which pins are going to be on or have output. So, and that's basically the program that steers the robot. Void loop, it always reads the signals made out of the control program on the phone. And if I show that later, it gets an F, it does the code from void setup forward and then breaks if the F is not longer sent. And we did that for every case or every button that we are using to steer. Here's the control overlay of the phone. You can see that we have forward, backwards, turn left, turn right, and stop. This functions in a way that if you press forward, it goes forward until you stop it, or you press another button. So the signals to the Arduino changes. The problem is with the Arduino, it can only does one thing at a time. It can only read one signal and convert it into the program. So it's very hard to implement. Second variable that the Arduino does. For that, you have to use the Raspberry Pi, another more complicated chip with more storage and more than one core processor. And here at the right is the start brush, stop brush. You don't really have to use it. It was forgotten to delete that. I'm sorry. You just press stop, and when you press start brush, it goes forward and starts the brush, because it would not make any sense if you just start the brush, because then the can get collected. Yes. Then to the next. You can see here the button configuration. If you hold or press on the button, you see the window popping up. Here, Schaltflächenname is just the name of the button forward that you see behind that, if you want to. And here's Nachricht, which means message. And this is what the robot the end does, or the button. It sends the F to the board through the Bluetooth module, and then the Arduino can read F. Okay, I go forward. Pretty simple. Yes. And here we see the robot drives, it starts on the given area. Then we can change the direction in every way. We can rotate around its own axis. Yes. There it starts the brush. It's collected. And now we turn it around. You can really see the rally stripes. There's a lot of PS, so it has much more power. So, and that's the end. And at last, I want to say thank you for all your attention, and in general for the project, and to the teachers that made it all possible that we can do this and travel to each other and know each other. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Typhoon. I think your film, as you told me, is just 1.5 minutes. Shouldn't we just watch the whole film now again, because we had some only parts of the screen showing. I don't know, we have time, so I would really like to see the film without it being stopped. So if you don't mind. Yes, please do so. That would be really kind. So 1.5 minutes, and that gives us. But thank you very much for your presentation. I don't have a lot of ideas about technology, but it looks very, very clever and very, very well developed and thought about. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Okay, we'll watch this little film again, please. Can you? Yes.
Moment.
No stress. Yeah.
Ah, you already see that?
No, we can't see it yet.
Yeah, okay, then wait a moment, please. So, here, sharing. So now you should be able to see that.
Why is this not the full screen? Try to put it on.
So,
screen.
now.
Okay.
So, start. That's it.
Thank you very much. I think that is good that we could see it again. It ran on my mobile phone perfectly, but we've seen it all again. Yeah, thank you very much. So now is the phase where everybody can ask questions and our experts will answer them. Everybody feel free to ask the group about anything.
Yes, feel free to ask. Don't be shy. I don't bite.
And you're wearing a robot t-shirt. Yes, great. Can you stand up for 1 second? We can see that. Yes.
I know. I think my pants.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, we can see the word robot. That's fine. Thank you.
So sorry for the messy room in the background. It's my own room.
No, it's not. Doesn't look messy at all.
Yes.
So, are there any questions that the German team can answer on the robot?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, we are here from Spain. Hello, Typhoon. Hello, everybody in the German team. You really explained everything so well. We have understood everything, but we would like to say congratulations. You have done a great job, absolutely amazing. And we know the circumstances. We've been through it last year. And as I said before, we are feeling with you, and I'm sure it's going to be over very soon. And hopefully. Hopefully, I'm sure. So we are very impressed to see how well the robot has developed, how it moves so accurately, and how it has collected the litter very well. There is no way of letting the litter in the base, not really, isn't it? You store it and take it to the base.
We can put it out. We have a tank in the back where it's rounded, and there's a litter or a door, you can say. And when you push that up, you can open that.
Okay.
I forget to show that.
No, it's okay. We just were wondering about that.
Maybe I can show. I have the robot right here. So it's a bit complicated right now because that wooden board is too tight on here. But it should be possible when you push that here up to let the trash out. But it's quite complicated right now.
Okay. But there's a way to
right
put
here is the door for that. It's like
There's
next to that
okay.
stick here.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Typhoon.
Yes, if you remember, Johannes showed it when he showed you the CAD pictures, that the side panels open in the back. It's just that since we had to make do with the things we have, the screws are a little bit too big for the hole, so the panels won't move at the moment.
It can move, but I have to show
Okay,
it in a moment.
you have to unscrew it a little bit.
Yes,
and then
I have to unscrew it.
So it's not the final thing we want.
Only the prototype. So now I opened it, and I have to little push in to do that now. So you can see, can open here. It has a little dot right here that's connected to a hole in the board, so you can push it in or out if you want to.
Yes, and those plates are actually the plates that we took with us to Finland. So when I took them home, I cut out these. So I made the cutouts. I drilled all the new holes, and was really a lot of work since we didn't have access to the things we have in school.
Two more things I can add to the recycling part. When Typhoon just held the robot up, you could see this little yellow ball. We planned to have a roller wheel there, but since we couldn't do that, we just recycled a ping pong ball. They sawed it in half and then glued it under it so that this robot has some support. And I'm pretty sure the Norwegians will recognize their original brush. When our brush that we made broke and we couldn't make another one, we just recycled your one and made it a little longer so that it worked. So, but Gisela wants to have a question. Please go ahead. There's a hand from the Norwegian group.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
From the Norwegian, I said thank you to the German students. You have done a great job in your lockdown mode. So we were impressed over, and we saw all the things. A couple of questions. What are we using in terrain? One of our students wondered, and how far away from the robot you can? What is the range of the remote control?
So the remote control, I can only say that even if the robot is like 10 meters apart, I was able to steer that because Bluetooth has a very broad range with open module and no walls between that. So it should be possible for up to or more than 10 meters.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yes. No, I agree with Raquel in Spain. You have a very good presentation for all of you students. Very a lot of details, and we understand everything. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Please.
So, are there any more questions you
I think
want?
Johannes wants to say something.
Yes, please.
Yes, I wanted to add that it would be no problem to change the format we control the robot with. We could also just use a remote control for like 2.4 megahertz, like you use in RC cars or pretty much every model.
It really just depends on what you connect to the board. You can also like connect a phone to that and send informations from another phone to that phone. So it's possible to steer it around the world if you think a little bit broader. And the Bluetooth module was just convenient for the show.
It doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so then the last group, this German group, has to be evaluated by everybody. Please go back to your point sheets, to your spreadsheet, and fill in the points. And yes, this will take about, I think, maybe 5-6 minutes. And then we will go on in the program with the best part, with thanking everybody. So in about 5-6 minutes, we're back. So it's finished. Yes. Okay. Are there any changes, or do you want any changes, or is this now done? I think that looks very good. Okay, so I don't want to go into details, just for our guests to explain that we did not only evaluate the robot itself and what it can do. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
These tired voices now, I understand that. Yes. Okay, yes, thank you. So yes, so just for our guests to explain that we did not evaluate only the robot. That was the first point here, for the robot itself, what it can do. But of course, we also looked at intercultural teamwork when we met, when we visited each other, and the ICT competences gained. And we had lots of surveys about this that we presented yesterday and on Monday, and the team performance at the final presentation, which is today, and the team leaders, because each team had one leader, and the students, of course, were also asked to evaluate them, and also the teachers who were not the same teachers. No, the teachers were not allowed to evaluate the teachers, of course. Okay, so when I look at the final points here, I can see there are 82 points, 57 for the Spanish team, and I think we should clap our hands. That's a very, very good result. Right. Okay, yeah, very good. Yes, Raquel, do you want to say something?
No, it's okay.
That's okay. Inma, hello. Okay, very good result. Then we have Norway, 84.68%. Very good. Then, whoops, we have to go to the other side a little bit. I can't see it now. Then we had Finland, 68% 68% 2-4, and this is also a great result, because they also had the problems with the lockdown, and they were only 2 people, and they couldn't continuously work with the same group of students. Some students only entered the group, joined the group in October, so that was totally new to the whole group. And I think for this very short time span, I think this is also a brilliant result. 68% 0.24 for Finland. Really good. And if you now tell me how to get to the other part of that, there, it doesn't move. I don't know why. So how can we do this? Put this away. There. Okay, so there we have Germany, 74.61%. So we are in the middle field between those, the best group, Spain and Norway. And I think that's also a very, very good result. Clap your hands. It's really great. And it's unbelievable that you had to do these things in your own living rooms and your own rooms and places at home. And I think that's really fantastic. And thank you very much. This is a very, very good result. Really good. Okay, so I'll put this away and go back into the conference. Right. So I would like to take the time now to say thank you to everybody all together, and you can relax. Yeah, it won't take an hour, but it will take some time because I have to say a lot of thank you to everyone. So yes, just relax and please listen to my little speech that I have prepared. Can you hear me at all?
Yes, Frau Auer, yes, we can
hear you.
Okay, fine. Good. So we have now seen such great robot types this morning and also after this lunch break that it's so easy to get through this next point, and this is greeting everyone and thanking everyone and showing my gratefulness. This is the phase that I was really looking forward to, because I can thank you all and all participants in this phase of this conference here. And I will do this before much more important people will speak, so I will speak first. Okay, so let me say thank you to the Norwegian team, because they planned and carried out the start of our project when we all went to Lofoten, and we went to the Lego laboratory, and there we learned, and the students learned what robotics is all about. What does it really mean to program a little machine that it does things that you want it to do, which is to me still like magic. And yes, and we enjoyed the beautiful landscape, and the students climbed up a really high hill. And they went on a fishing trip and fished fantastic big fish. It was really very impressive. Thank you so much, Marte, Gisle, Halvor, Anne Merte, and Guro for making this trip so instructive and such a nice experience. It was really great. I think this is also an applause, worth an applause. Yes. Thank you as well to our Spanish team, where Susanne Rielage, Christoph Schoppol, and Peter Gottbehüt met Mr. Gutierrez, and he's the founder of Arduino. It's incredible how they could get this man into their school to show them that what he has developed himself. So incredible. And the students learned so much about coding and electronic clothes even, yeah, incredible. And they realized what environmental protection means, because there they helped a group, an environmental initiative to clean the beach. They all went together and cleaned the beach, and they realized how much plastic was laying around there and how terrible the situation is on beaches, also in Germany, of course, and other countries. But this is what they really realized then, how important it is to have maybe an automated system to clean the beaches like this robot was planned to be. Yeah, thank you so much, Raquel, Inma, Jose, and Cristina, and also Mari Carmen for all your commitment and the time that you gave us. And we are especially grateful to Jose as well, because with his music and his students and Raquel's beautiful singing and the students' beautiful singing, we had such a wonderful evening, or more than one evenings together, and that was really unforgettable, really fantastic. Thank you. Applause, applause. Relax, relax, I'm not finished yet. Thank you to Kari and Paavo and Niklas and Emily, the Finnish team, because in Finland we had the opportunity to be totally remote in nature in a hostel right next to the water, and the students had a week of building and printing and coding and assembling robot parts and even learned how to solder. That was really interesting. We went to the school and the students could see what this means, the job that robots usually do, soldering, how difficult this really is to do that precisely. That was fantastic. And we could enjoy the snow. The students built a snowman and they went into the sauna, and we had fantastic guitar evenings, and that was really brilliant. I'll never forget it. Really great. And another applause for our Finnish team. Yes, I hope you enjoyed working with us here in Dortmund as well, so that we can welcome you here for another project in future and other student exchanges. And I want to thank my team, that's Susanne Rielage and Christoph Schoppol, for taking part in this project, and not only taking part, but doing the whole project with the students and supporting the students and being there for them for all the questions and everything. I think this is really, really fantastic what they did. And I would, I would like to show you the T-shirts. That this is here. Another T-shirt. I hope you can see it. That is, of course, for Susanne Rielage and Christoph. They get one of these T-shirts as well. This is a little surprise.
Susanne?
Yes?
You must put your camera on.
Oh, it's not on.
I can't see you.
Okay, yeah, good. Yes, I show you again. These are, as you know, the T-shirts. We have a little different color than the Spanish team because our students wanted the blue and, the blue colors. And so Christoph and Susanne will also have one of these T-shirts, of course. And yes, and I would also like to thank our principals, that's Petra Seehofer and Michael Heckmann, because they support all these crazy things that we do all the time. They never say, no, that's impossible and we can't do that. No, they're always open to new ideas. They're always open to projects and they always support this. And I think that's really great that this is possible at our school. I know enough schools where these things don't really happen. And I'm very grateful that our headmasters enable us to do these things, and that's fantastic. I should have made a T-shirt for them as well. Or maybe I could do one, 2 T-shirts, 2 further T-shirts for them. Anyway, yes, I'm very thankful. And now, last but not least, our students. Without our students, we couldn't have done anything. So what would we be without our students who are so committed and worked so hard to be able to present these findings today, day and night? They really made an effort and really done their best to do this. 30 months of working in this project that was originally planned for 24 months, but then we had to prolong it because of the coronavirus, and they worked in international teams. They exchanged each other, and that's, I think, the most precious things for me, that they really get into contact with other people and they find solutions and they discuss them. And I think this is really great, and you've done a great job being with these other students and meeting them and then contacting them just openly. And I think you've done this really, really well. And I handed your T-shirts already over to you. We have seen them. That Typhoon is already wearing one. And you also get these. You got these certificates. I will hold into the camera. I hope you can read them. No, you can't read details, but these are the certificates that you got. And also, of course, Susanne Rielage and Christoph Schoppel will get them to show that you have worked in this project really committedly. And we also got presents from the PAD, which I have given to you already. I gave it to you, some of them, no, all of them. I gave all of them to you on Saturday. And there the PAD sent us these presents because we have a project of May 2020 on their website, on the Cultural Ministry's website, and I think that's great. Well, I can only say I'm very proud of you, although it's not my, it's not my, I don't really deserve that to be proud because you've done that yourself. And I think you have a great future before you. You're so active, you're so interested also in other cultures, you're so committed. And I think, yes, and I think you will do a really good job in future. And I wish you all the best for your studies at university and whatever job you do. Thank you to our students and all of our students. So we should have another big applause for all of us. Okay. Yes. So when I was on the phone with Andrea Stein, she said to me, "I will ask you a question as well when I'm there." And so if you want to ask your question now, please be free to do that.
Okay, I already congratulated you on this great project at the beginning, but now I'm interested in one more thing. Why do you think your project was successful? I quote the PAD on Twitter. A great example of an Erasmus Plus project with a science focus is a cross-curricular experience for teachers and their classes. Okay, I ask you, why do you think your project was successful?
Well, I think the students can answer that much better than I can. If they want to start, please feel free to say why this was a success. Yeah, it has been a long day. Please go ahead.
I think the project Erasmus in the whole was a success because we learned to exchange with other countries. So we did go together we talked to each other, we made friends, we made connections that may help us in our future. And I think the reason that it's succeed in our area was not only because of the robot. It was like only the reason that we come together, but in general our communication with each other between the countries from all over Europe. Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else who wants to say something? Any other students, maybe? Ah, Christoph, yeah. What did you say?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a great time we had in Spain, in Finland, and Norway. We've got some really nice robots coming out of this project, and a lot of experience in connecting to each other. I think some of these things we did in before the lockdowns was quite helpful when we started into the lockdown period, because we already were interchanging information via internet and via video conference systems and so on. And it was quite helpful in the beginning of lockdown, and we developed some more of these things that we can connect to each other. I think with all these tools we have learned to use right now, it will be, I think, quite a bit easier to connect with other countries in the future. And there are some opportunities that we can use now and exchange information and make a profit of the skills the others are collecting with all these tools that we have learned to know in the project and in this time of lockdown when we had to communicate via internet and video conference and so on. It was, I think, a great start into this into solving these problems that we have in lockdown.
Yes, it's true. We were the first actually with our Skype conferences 2 years ago already, exchanging ideas, and so that was nothing.
This first webcam and install it in school, and cared about this wireless network that we could make a stable connection to the other countries. No? Yep.
Yeah. Now I've heard the German voices and the other voices.
Would the Norwegians please go ahead? You were first to raise your hand.
Yes, thank you very much. I will say I agree a lot with Christoph. It was very good to help when we had this lockdown at school, and the community was locked down, and we could use our experience from this project to start doing teaching with the students at home.
Yeah, and I can follow up to say that this project had a very good start because Susanna, and as a project leader, was able to collect a good team of schools who were willing to do all the work, and with teachers who are very dedicated and have been able to motivate the students in a very good way. Because I'm so impressed with the students' work. They've done so much extra work, and we hear from the other countries too that this has been the case in all the schools. And to get to that point, I think the one of the clues is that there has been a good learning environment in all schools and in the project as a whole. And I don't think we would have gotten to this point if we had had Corona and this digital communication all the time. I think one of the ways to get to this point is that we have met physically, and we've been able to travel to each other and gotten to know each other quite well over these 2 now almost 3 years time. And we were the last school to come along in this project, and we're so happy that your school, Susanna, came here to visit us occasionally, or I would say when you were in Bodø in another Erasmus project. and then we actually got the chance to come on board. And we know that all the other schools knew each other from previous project work, and I think that's also one of the keys to this success. And I think Susanna has done a great job as a project leader to bring us all together and to
with
make
my team,
and also to be very open to all the initiatives from the different schools, so that everyone can kind of share the different strengths that they have, so that we can combine this together in the project. Great work. Thank you. Thank you that we actually take part in this project.
So I think the next one was Inma from Spain.
Yusuf also wanted to say something. So I don't know, is it true that
You
it's
want
only
to
5
take
minutes?
Yusuf first?
We
Okay, no
do.
problem.
We do want to say something.
I think that would be also interesting from his perspective.
Yeah.
Oh.
So as you all mentioned, we had a great time together. We learned to behave socially with a lot other cultures, and we believe we have did some great work to the social environment by bringing a change in the robotics technology, which gave an idea for our future generations too. This project also let us think out of box and creative as always. Thank you to the teachers for giving us the wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yusuf. Thank you.
It's so nice to do all this again with you this 3 days.
Thank you for your commitment, because you haven't been so long in Germany and you have integrated so fantastically. And thank you very much for this.
Welcome.
Inma is there, or I don't know.
Yes, I'm here. We are here. From Spain. We are. We think that we are agreeing with all our colleagues. Of course, the environment has been great. We are a team. The schools are a team for a long time, and the Norwegians are in the team now, and this has meant a lot. But from my experience, which is tending to be long now, because I'm getting very old, a good project needs a good start. And the planning of the project was fantastic. The idea was fantastic, the concept. And the way that it has been developed is also to be thanked to our coordinator, who has done a great job. And I think Susanne deserves an extra applause from all of us now, because she has done a great job. She's very committed and works.
Thank you. That's right. As I think, with my team, not on my own.
Yeah, but your part is your part, and you have done great. So I think it is a very important part as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Raquel. Yeah, we have done projects for almost 20 years together now with Finland and Spain, and now we have the Norwegians with us, and I think that's great. We are really from north and south of Europe and the middle, and this is also an interesting experience for the students. But there's Kadi who wants to say something, and Suvakan, I can see. I don't know who was first.
I start. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I try to speak shortly. I was a little bit skeptical in the beginning when Susan asked us to join this project, because I thought first, why robots? Why we have to make robots? Because world is full of robots already, but little by little I noticed that actually this was very good project, and for our school, for example, we have taken new methods what we are using now. We didn't have all these things what we have learned via this project, and I'm very happy that we joined. And I also many thanks for this whole group, and especially for Susanne. Susanne also, I send my thanks from here. Yes, that's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Kari. And we've been partners in KA1 projects anyway, so we'll always work together. And also with the Norwegian team and the Spanish. I'm looking forward to that. Yes, and I can see Inma. No, that was Suvakan. Yes, Suvakan. What did you want to say? If you want to say something.
So first of all, or all in all, we learned how to live in the other country. We learned about how to cooperate with despite of the corona conditions. We gathered a lot of knowledges. But the only thing that we have is the most valuable thing that we have is in our life the knowledge. Knowledge is unstealable, and it is the most valuable thing that we have. Thank you.
Very wise words. Do you have anything to add to that? I think that's great. Very good.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that, for the project, and also for this commitment from Andrea. I don't know. I'm sorry that I don't know about your second name, about your other name, but I'm very thankful for this.
Yes, we always get the support from the Europe office and the regional government, and that's of course also something that helps us and gives us the courage to do things like these crazy things with these projects. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Anybody else is raising their hand there? I think if there's nothing else to say, you can see behind me, I hung up this European flag in my room because this is what we originally, or I wanted to put up in our school hall originally when we do the presentation in the big hall, which of course we couldn't do. But at least there it is. You can see we're all part of Europe, and I'm proud that we are part of Europe. And I think Europe is a good thing, no matter what some people say. It is a really good thing, and we keep working together in European teams like we have done. Thank you so much for all your cooperation. Thank you. Well, I think we can say goodbye. Thank you very much, Andrea Stein, for being here, and thank you very much for our principals to be there and to see what our students have achieved and what they have done. We never have enough time to show that, but we will do a presentation in the school later as well, so that all people can see it. Yeah,
Susanne.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like, if it's possible, we also have the representative from our European office in the Canary Island. She's watching us. Yes, she is Judith Gutierrez, and I think she is here. I hope she's here. Judith, I don't know if you're there.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Oh, thanks to you. Thanks to you. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed of the success of this project. First of all, I want to say thank you to Raquel for this invitation to participate in this closing event of the Robot Alas project. And I also want to congratulate to this great international team that has been successful managed to create a European feeling throughout collaborative work and also have promote meaningful learning, not only inside the classroom, but even outside its borders, I think. The promotion of scientific vocation, checking the usefulness of what students have been learned and being able to put it into practice, I think it has been a real success of this project. A project that has been full of professionalism of the participating teachers and also full of enthusiasm of all the students. I want to say that our school, the Puerto Rosario school, is a real example of benchmark for building a Europe from the Canary Islands, in this case from Fuerteventura, and I think you know it, and also all the schools involved in this project are proof of this. The recognition of quality label, I think, would be the next point of this project, because I really think that it's very, very successful and has a really brilliant impact in each of the participating schools. I personally know the teachers at ES Puerto Rosario, and I just can say that they are fantastic teachers. A cohesive team with a common goal of offering a quality and meaningful education, including they trying to adapt the particular needs of the students, and of course also open to Europe. You know the benefits that have to your team of teachers and pupils to participate in this kind of projects. Generates open and tolerant citizens, takes advantages of diversity to generate tolerance, and also takes advantages of differences to enrich that diversity. And I think this project is really an example of this. Also, and I've been some times today listening to you and trying to watch to some of the robots, and I think that it had not been an easy project to coordinate or carry out, but I'm sure that all these difficulties have been overcome with teamwork, the involvement of students and teachers, but as Raquel said this morning, with passion, with a lot of passion. So it's very important to point this. And just to finish, I want to repeat my congratulations for your good work and involvement to all the teachers and students who have participated in this project. And of course, to thank you all for promoting an international cooperation in education, linking, in this case, the Canary Islands with the rest of Europe. As my favorite teacher, Raquel, said this morning, you all are big winners, big winners. Winners in, not only in robots, but winners in education, winners in teamwork, and winners in European citizenships. So thank you very much, and congratulations to you all. I hope you will continue cooperating with this kind of European project. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Judith, thank you very much for your words, because you see all the different schools and you know the different projects, and thank you for praising this the Spanish school and our team so well. And we can say, yes, it has been a fantastic cooperation with the EIES Puerto Rosario for almost 20 years. You are absolutely right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
before we have to leave, I just got notice that our principal, Mr. Heckmann, would like to say a few words.
Yes, I would say some words, even though there were so many congratulations, but I have to say the same, I think. It was very impressive for me to see what you did in these 2 years, and the results were very impressive. We heard it a lot of time today. I think the 2 years were worth it. And we saw creative solutions that were worked out with a lot of commitment, and that's very important for me. I greet all our partners in Kotka Fuerteventura and Svolvær. I visited all of them, and I remember very nice places, and maybe I come back sometime. And it's a shame we can't meet in person, but we can also exchange our ideas in this video conference. And we heard we have learned a lot about video conferences and things like that. And it's very important for us at the moment. I think it will be important for some more time, not only for weeks, but for some months. I congratulate everyone on the results of their work, and I hope that everyone enjoyed the work. When Corona is over, we will hopefully be able to see each other in person. And I would like to thank especially my colleagues who initiated and carried out this project. And so thank you very much for this commitment. And last but not least, I think applause for Susan today. She made a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for taking the time to come and speak these words. Thank you very much. Yes, wonderful. Okay, we could have this every day, all this praising and no, it's yes, we can't do projects all the time. But thank you, sir. Yeah,
Can
okay.
I say something?
Yes.
Again,
okay.
I want to
Why not?
especially thank you, Susan, Susan Auer, for the possibilities that we could have met this project, and also Mrs. Rielage that teached us in robots and Arduino, everything else, and that she wanted to continue the project with us and in the future improve some areas in the robots, so that everything does not get lost.
Oh, thank you, Typhoon. That's really great, because it's great when this project has some sustainability and it's not just lost and we've done it once and it's forgotten. So you will work on it, keep on working on it, and there's a continuation. That makes me very happy, because then we have more reasons to have guests from other countries and visit our schools. And yeah, fantastic, good idea. Thank you, Susanne Rielage, as well for being prepared to work on this project subject longer with the students. Thank you. Yes, fine. That was really a very exhausting week, but full of fantastic impressions, and I'm very grateful for all the work that everybody's done. Okay. Yeah?
I think there's a value missing from the table, from the evaluation.
Oh, how come? I can't see at the moment. We'll have a look at this.
At the bottom right corner.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the last finish points for flexibility and adaptability. Yeah, that must be a 20. I'm sure it is, because we're all very flexible and we all adapt to new situations very spontaneously. I think the Finnish have just forgotten to give us the last 20 points there for us. I'm sure. What do you say, Kari? 20 points?
Of course.
The last
20.
Yeah, done. Okay. Thank you. So I will put this all up on eTwinning, and we'll stay in contact, because we have to reflect on it and everything. But for now, I think we've said everything, and thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening and enjoy yourself. See you soon, I hope. I'm saying goodbye and I'm leaving. Just one photo. The camera. Please, everybody, just for a quick photo. Thank you. More people in the picture. Yes, which cameras? Thank you. Some more. It's just a second, and you all look beautiful. Believe me. Right. Thank you. Okay, I'm leaving now.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Tschüss.
Hey, bye bye.
Au revoir.
Marte.